All right, how's everybody doing out there? Back again, new episode of the show, the Lindsays. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, my wife, philanthropist, author, top model,
I'm done. Thank you.
mother, daughter of the king. Go ahead and introduce yourself, baby.
I am Ty Lindsay.
Ty Lindsay, and I'm TJ Lindsay. And we are the Lindsays. In this new episode, we got some real deep conversation points we want to get into. Before we start, make sure you go get the book, Tripping for God. That's out now, hopefillradio.com/books. Letters to My Sisters, also on there. Same endpoint.
Yeah.
Get at us. We got a lot more coming. Got some merch on the way. We got some music on the way. So y'all stay tuned, man. We're going to continue to move forward every day, day by day. So, how you doing, Ty? You got anything you want to say?
No. Nope.
You got to turn the mic a little bit, boo-boo.
You can't hear me?
It's the wrong
Boo-boo.
way.
It's the wrong way, I
Damn,
think.
right there, that's the front.
Okay.
All right.
You ain't have to bust me out.
I just can notice. Anyways. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So, what's one thing you wish your parents or mentors told you about life?
Dang, you start like that.
Yeah, we coming in hot today.
One thing I wish my parents or mentors would have told me about life. I don't know. I really have to sit and think on that one.
Okay, so if I was to answer that question, I would say I wish they would have told me more about, or earlier, just about how to carry yourself and have standards, like high standards, I feel like your parents are so focused on keeping you safe, making sure you don't get hit by a car, making sure, that you get your grades right in school. So it's not no knock on them, but to really be able to tell you that anything is possible in your life, and that you should always see yourself as the person that you have not possibly become yet, but still have the standards of that person you want to be.
I like that. That's good. That's good. I don't know. Yeah. I might have to come back to that one at the end.
So what's one thing you wish your parents or mentors told you about marriage before you got married?
Oh, man. About marriage. I don't know. I don't know about that one either. My mentors and my parents. So my parents was married. I was around a lot of married people. And so I don't see it. I don't know. I feel like they showed me, versus speaking it, they showed me everything. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They showed me a lot of what I needed to know or see about marriage. And then you kind of tie that in with God. Maybe I could say that no one really spoke about the significance and the importance of keeping God at the center. I would say that.
I would say, I would speak to that as well. I would agree with you there, but I would also say I think that's why it's important for couples to have marriage therapy or whatever. I forgot what it's called before they get married. But that's why we are offering this boot camp that we're working on
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
because we feel like that's important.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things you may fall short on just by not knowing. So
Yeah.
that's why the boot camp is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you're interested in the boot camp, comment below. We actually have a section of this episode that's going to be a preview of some stuff that we would do in the boot camp. So
Yeah.
comment below, hit us on the website, hopefulradio.com/contact, and send us an email if you're interested in the boot camp, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship thinking about getting married, or whether you're married.
Yeah.
To make your marriage better, just showing us some tricks of the trade that we've learned in our marriage, and also what we've learned from other marriages. All right, now let's get into the juicy stuff.
I'm done with you.
Let's get into the juice. Okay. Unequally yoked in your
boy.
past. That'll be the first topic we're going to talk about today. Marrying someone who doesn't share your faith or marrying potential instead of reality creates a broken foundation. Your past trauma, bad decisions, broken relationships follows you into marriage even after salvation. A lot of people marry with the hopes that their significant other will change. Is it right to marry someone for their potential instead of who they are in reality right now?
Dang. Sorry. That's a good question. That was a lot.
Basically, the question is it right to marry someone for their potential instead of who they are in reality right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't. I feel like you don't want to. I don't know. Yes and no. I guess. You don't want to get into a marriage where you don't want to marry potential and then they're stuck there. Like that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. And then, what if you do marry and then he or she grows into the man or the woman that you foreseen them to be? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's like a yes or no yes and no for me.
I feel like you're always marrying potential because this person will always change.
That's good.
Regardless of who they are today. But there are some pillars that I feel like you need to be able to check off, in my opinion, like of who they are now. You know what I'm saying? Is this person striving to be better than they are today?
Yeah.
Who does this person want to become? What do you see them becoming? You know? But as far as in a like spiritual growth aspect, I think as long as that person is making effort to grow spiritually, I feel like that shows me a sign. But I also need them to walk it out, of course. But as long as they're walking it out and they're trying to live better, I think that gives you a baseline of potential. Because potential can't be Harold, who's still out here committing fraud and stealing at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, we need somebody to at least have the groundwork. It's like in sports, when you're recruiting, you're always recruiting for
Harold
potential.
is crazy.
But that potential needs to at least be being one of the best players out there right now already. You know what I'm saying? I'm not recruiting nobody. That's why they don't recruit people on the bench. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up, but that's real. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least be showing me that you are already, that you love the game. You know what I'm saying? That you love God. That you have some skills that we can work on from there. Because if you don't show, I can't work with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you at least have to have the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? The roots need to at least be planted. I can bring the water.
I like that.
Okay. Okay, this is a good one. Does your past show up in marriage? Does your past trauma, bad decisions, and history from broken relationships show up in your marriage even after you are saved? If so, then how?
You mean like us literally? Or like you, is this like a general?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was wondering if you meant like personally me, or are you saying like this is just like a
I
general?
mean, both.
I thought you was meaning like now, like right now. I guess that's what I'm trying to ask you, but it's okay. Does your past come up in your relationships? If you ain't worked on it, yeah. I mean, I think that's an easy answer. That's a fair conclusion. If you don't work on nothing, then yeah.
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 But I think the important part of that question is even after you are saved.
Yeah. So just because you're saved, that doesn't mean you stop working.
Yeah.
I can be saved, but if I'm not doing the work, what does that mean really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you called to do the work. Now you don't
Yeah.
get saved and then just do what you want to do and then just
But
that's it.
I think people think that after they get saved, that the next day they have defeated every vice, every thing that once haunted them in their life, and it don't work like that.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be under more attack once you get saved. So
Yeah.
yes, they do show up in your relationship.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a past riddled with, you know what I'm saying, things that you may regret. You feel me? So I would say how, if I was to go to the how, I would say definitely as far as like past relationships and stuff like that. I feel like that shows up for sure just because you're used to it being one way, possibly. And even after years of marriage, you know what I'm saying, you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? After you get saved, I think one person said on the call the other day, after you get married, that don't automatically make every girl in the world unattractive now. You know what I'm saying? It don't automatically make the past not, you know what I'm saying, show up when you in the marriage. So I think that is one place of how it shows up is that sometimes you'll start to maybe not compare, but more so consider what somebody else would do in this situation, which is not healthy. So I think when you saved, it will show back up, but it's up to you to make every thought obedient to the Lord and also, like you said, work on it. So if you ain't doing the work, then that's going to always happen to you
Yeah.
because you got to die every day.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add? A little quiet today. Okay. Okay. If you're unequally yoked, who's leading the household spiritually? How do you raise children in the fear of the Lord when one parent doesn't believe, or when one person's past keeps pulling them backward?
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me you in my life.
You want me to be?
Okay. That's a lot. Start with the first one. Break it down for me.
Let's break it down. Who's leading the household? If you're unequally yoked, who's leading the household spiritually?
Who's leading the household spiritually? It depends, I guess. It can be the man or the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends. It should be the man running the household, but unequally yoked doesn't mean that it's always the man.
Yeah.
You know, because a man can find himself in a marriage where he is unequally yoked with the woman, if that makes sense what I'm saying. We always equate it to men.
Yeah.
And
it's not always the man.
Yeah. So I think it depends on who's sound in their walk or who's sound in their faith versus who is, would you say they past still coming up and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. We was reading a scripture last night that talked about, I forgot, I think it was in Titus, I forgot where it was in, where it was talking about if the woman is saved but the husband is not, or if the man is saved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That person covers,
That's in 1 Corinthians.
okay, that person covers the household, you know what I'm saying? So,
No, it didn't say. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Now, I think it was very specific. It didn't say the man, it said the woman. If your husband is, I think that's important. I think that there was a reason why they didn't say man or woman.
Okay.
Whereas the wife, it's 1 Corinthians. It's in like chapter 7, verse 13. I believe 1 Corinthians 7:13 through like 15, 16, something like that. It talks about like if the husband is willing to marry you and he's willing to like move. It says something like living with you, marrying you. You don't just automatically leave because since you believe, you bring covering over him and the children.
Yeah.
And I think if we break that, okay, let's break that down into modern terms. I think it's like a situation. Remember where you was just speaking about earlier, the potential, and you said if you are making strides, okay, but let's say he's not even, he doesn't believe. Does he support you through your belief? I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Do you? Because that scripture can probably get you in trouble. But I think the things that you want to look for is, okay, I understand that this is your walk. I understand that this is what you believe in. I have no issue with that. I'm going to support you through it. I was in a small group maybe a year or so ago where a young lady was talking about how her husband, and it was so cute because she was just celebrating like the many wins, but her husband was not a believer. But it was never like he didn't support her. So he would go to church with her and everything. He supported her in that way, but it got to the point to where he started to ask more questions. His curiosity started, he's seen his wife walking this thing out, and it turned into, so she would celebrate all the like mini wins, like, oh, my husband said let's pray today. And so I think we have to be careful with that scripture specifically, because that's a little dangerous to me. It's a little dangerous. You want to marry somebody that's going to support you through that. I don't want to marry,
can't marry an atheist.
That's
the
and I don't want to I don't want to marry you if you absolutely like, no, that's stupid, you believe in God, no. And that's how I feel about this scripture in like a modern day type term. I know I said a lot, but
no, that's right. No, you're right. I wanted you to clean that up so we make sure we keep it straight, because a lot of people will take that as I ain't got to be saved.
That's not what that means. I feel like the hopes basically of what, if you continue to read on, the hopes is that you will then he will then become a believer.
It says 1 Peter chapter 3.
1 Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, you and Peter. Okay.
Wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of their wives.
Yeah.
When they see the purity and reference of your lives.
Yeah. So you tie that into with Corinthians, then that's pretty much what I just said. Yeah. You threw me with the 1 Peter one. Oh,
that's one I remember. Okay. All right, that was good.
But there was another question after that. Remember, we had to break that down.
Yeah, you're right.
It was something about the children.
How do you raise children in the fear of the Lord when one parent doesn't believe, or when one person's past keeps pulling them backwards?
You just keep going. whoever the believer is, you
I
keep.
think that makes it. I think that makes it a little difficult though when the believer, let's say the believer is the woman, and the man think that he should have dominion over the household. My rules, you know. How does the woman get to instill? How does she place her godly provision over the children when a man still feels like he the head of the household? And we're gonna get there too when he's not aligned with the spirit.
I'm gonna keep talking to my babies about the Lord. I don't care,
Okay.
what you talking about, and you out of line, sir.
Yeah.
You out of line. You don't even believe in God. What household is you running? You are out of line.
Yeah, that's true.
You're out
Yeah.
of pocket. You're what they say. You're out of order.
Yeah.
But you keep teaching your kids. They're sponges. Keep
Yeah.
teaching them. You keep teaching them. You keep teaching them. You keep going to that war room, and you talk to God about it. You don't give up. You keep going.
All right. Okay, so this is I would say this is more an advice question after saying all that. So, can two walk together? So, Amos 3:3 asks, can two walk together unless they agree? If you're spiritually heading in different directions, how do you build a marriage when you're not aligned on the most important thing, your faith?
I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier. You do you respect what I got going on, or you don't? If you don't, we can't. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I feel you there. That makes sense.
And I just feel like why would we torture ourselves? Because I believe in this and you don't, and you just downright refuse what I believe.
Yeah.
That's torture for us to then decide that we're gonna get married. That's kind of crazy. That's torture. To me, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. All right, we're gonna move on to the next segment here. It is submission, duties, and counting favors in marriage.
Oh boy.
So the overarching theme is biblical submission is about trust and order, not oppression. Modern marriages struggle with dividing duties, bills, and responsibilities, especially when both people work. Counting favors and comparing contribution kills the sacrificial love marriage requires. So, we're going to question one. All right, we're gonna walk this one slow too. What does biblical submission look like?
I'm trying to think if I can reference a scripture here.
You got Ephesians 5:22.
Is that what
Wives, submit to your husbands.
You're funny. I thought you was maybe that's in a different chapter. I would say Proverbs 31. That kind of gives you the characteristics of a wife. Like you said, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands. You have to, that's you following his direction. I think that's what that looks like. Him being able to lead and you following his direction.
Yeah.
Versus, because I think we just, we slaughter the word submission. And that's not, I think when people think of the word submission, they think of he running over you or trying to control you. Like, I think that's what we turn that into, and that's not what that means to me. And it's just, it's literally under his leadership. I submit to your leadership. I trust you to lead this family, so I submit to your leadership. I submit to you being the head of the household. And I'm your helper. Now I'm your helper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. So when we think about submission, we throw extraness on it that does not have to be there.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. I'm submitting to what you're presenting to me. And
Yeah.
if you take it out, if people still don't want to get with that, think about your job. Leadership, you submit to their lead.
Yeah.
That's what it's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
the same
that's true.
thing.
So what does, I think you already answered this. So what does biblical submission actually look like in 2026? Is it being a doormat or is it trusting godly leadership?
Yeah, you trust godly leadership. And you know if he ain't right with the Lord now, you know that. If you're not holding him to that high regard, then that's going to be an issue. Now, I done talked about the women a lot, and we can get talking about the men. That don't mean that you take that scripture and abuse it. Because you do have some people that'll say, I own you or I control you. That'll take that scripture and go somewhere else with it. And it's like, no, it's very simple. It's very simple.
That is true. That is true. So next question. How should duties and bills be split? If a woman has to work, cook, clean, and take care of the kids, how should duties and bills be split up in a marriage?
If she has to work.
If she has to work, yes.
I think men naturally gonna pay the bills.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I'm talking about grown, godly men. They ain't gonna pay the bills. To me, that's just what I see. I don't. Okay, let's say if I said, "Oh, let me pay the mortgage this month," you gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
I won't even get into that. Go ahead.
You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point that I'm trying to get. And most men just ain't.
There's a lot of men out there that's not like that. First of all, though.
Well, it's a lot of them that ain't married.
And if
either.
a woman, I mean, I think it depends, in my opinion, as far as like let's see this question. Okay, so duties. I think the more so part is duties and bills.
If we're both working.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that first of all, it depends on who the people are. Like y'all have to communicate and talk about and discuss these things. That's important. But to me, it's a no-brainer. I just feel like if we both work, we both work a 9 to 5. We both come home, and if I got time to clean, then I clean. If you got time to clean, then you clean. The bills for me just hit a little bit different because you ain't gonna let me do too much. So it's hard for me to answer that part.
Yeah, but in let's say if you change the dynamic, so let's say a woman and a man make the same amount of money, then I feel like it would be different. You know what I'm saying? Like in certain situations where they make like similar amount of money, I'm not saying that the man probably still pays more. However, the woman, like he might be, like they might have these goals that require both of them to put something in. His portion he might pay 70%. You know what I'm saying? She might pay 30%. So I think it varies case to case. However, like with duties and things like that, I agree with you. You just gotta. I think you gotta. And we're gonna get into more questions on this. I feel like you gotta do what you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be all on one person. Like, it can't always be. Now, with bills, I mean, it's better for it to always be the same way.
Yeah.
But with, like, duties around the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know for us, if we were to do it like that, sometimes Ty do the laundry. Sometimes I do the laundry. Sometimes Ty clean whatever. I'll clean whatever. You know, sometimes you cook, I cook. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I cook maybe more than you. You know what I'm saying? But it just depends. You might clean more than me. You feel what I mean? So it's like, it just depends. But there's weeks where I'm cleaning more than Ty.
Yeah.
And it's weeks where Ty cleaning more than me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's important. We're gonna get into that though. But let's continue with it. Okay, so the question actually went into that. So is it 50-50 or is it based on who makes more money? And I think that it depends. You know what I'm saying? Is there a biblical model for how responsibilities should be divided? So Timothy 5:8 pretty much says that the man provides. And then Proverbs 31 is the virtuous woman who works and honors her husband. And I feel like if you can't do both,
Yeah.
it can be an issue. We're going to get into that, though. Actually, about to get into it right now. So, counting favors kills marriage. When you start keeping score, I did this, so you owe me that, the marriage turns transactional instead of sacrificial. How does comparison and counting favors lead to disarray in a relationship?
I mean, just like you said, it's transactional at that point. And it's a, you do this for me, I do that for you type thing. So I think you just answered it with it when you said transactional. That's what it turns into.
Yeah.
And then it's no longer sacrificial. If it's just transaction based, where's the love in it?
I think that question is deeper than transactional because I think this is what it is. I think in a marriage, and I guess we can just go ahead and start giving a little bit of advice, or I'll just start to say something here. I think that we just talked about how 1 week I might do more, or 1 week you might do more than me. It's not. I'm not gonna go to Ty and be like, or grab the broom and run over to Ty and be like, "Hey,
I've been holding this broom for 5 days."
You feel me? I can't walk up to you and say that, but but it is important for you to appreciate what the other person is doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think that's where it breaks down. Like I said, like in a marriage, it's not 50-50. It's 100-100.
Yeah.
You need to do everything that you can do.
Yeah.
So there are situations where you see that person going hard. Like we had a situation where Ty just, you know what I'm saying, he just moved the house all around, you know what I'm saying? I'm decorating the house. We just did like these projects and you feel me? I can't see Ty do that and just not ever do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? And it's not like we're counting it or like this transactional, but I mean it's kind of like that because I want to do as good as she did. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is where there's a such thing as a positive competition and there's a negative competition. Like on teams, when we're on the same team and we compete in practice, that's a positive competition because the team gets better when we're both trying to do better. But if we see it in a way as we're competing against each other, oh, you should do this because I did that. Like I think that's the wrong way to look at it. So you never throw that in somebody's face for one, but for two, you always appreciate that. I want to outdo Ty. Ty did all this. All right, let me go and do my thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how we build. Instead of trying to, but when one person is doing everything and that other person never says, "I see you," it ain't no, it ain't that person. That person should never have to go up to that person and say, "Hey, what you gonna do?"
Yeah,
I should never have to go up to Ty after, you know what I'm saying, with the broom like this.
Yeah,
Ty should already see me and be like,
"Yeah,
I got you."
Yeah,
and she chooses how she wants. You know what I'm saying? It might just be I appreciate that. So
I appreciate that.
Okay, you like that answer or no?
That was good. No, that was real good.
Like that? Okay. Can you want provision without submission? I want a man who provides for me, but I don't want him telling me what to do. Can you have a traditional provision without traditional submission?
No.
You want to say more than no?
I just feel like, my bad. Okay, you want him to provide for you, but you don't want to submit. So my question would be, why would he be providing for you? Like, how do you like him? I don't know. I just have a lot of questions. What makes you like him? What makes you want to be with him? Because, excuse me, I just don't see how do you get yourself into that situation.
Yeah.
I have to like you in order for me to be willing to submit to what you're saying to me. I have to like you. There has to be some liking there. And that follows love and all of that. But I have to like you. I know if I'm going to submit to you or not. I know. Does that make sense what I'm saying? To me, it just sounds like you don't like him.
I think I think it's a character trait in some ways.
Okay.
So some women, they grew up like that. You know what I'm saying? They just, they are strong, you know what I'm saying? Or either just they just don't listen to nobody. So a man could be providing and doing everything that he's supposed to do, and his wife still does not
That's an issue.
listen to
Well, back to your
people,
question
period.
earlier. That's an issue. You're not working on what you need to work on. That is an issue.
Yeah.
And to me, I think it's rude for you to expect for somebody to continue to do X, Y, and Z, and you feel like you don't have to listen at all. I think it's pretty rude. To me, I think it's rude.
It is rude.
Because okay, so to the woman that is doing that, okay, what if the husband then says, all right, well, I'm going to stop doing this and that and the third. Then what? You going to stay with him or you going to leave?
Exactly. She would leave.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, do you like him enough to, it just sounds like you don't like him. And
Yeah.
like you just said, it could be a character flaw. And if it is, I would argue that you need to get some help. You have to work through that because that's dangerous.
But I'm sorry, you have more?
No.
But I think that's another issue with marriage, and that's why you need counseling.
Yeah.
Before marriage, because I'm telling you, a
Yeah.
lot of women go into marriages thinking that my man is supposed to do all of this for me. Mm-hmm. He supposed to, because they see it on TV and
Yeah.
stuff like that, where this
Yeah.
man's supposed to do all of this for me. But what do you do for him? Mm-hmm. And that goes back to it's not a competition, but it's
Yeah.
a appreciation.
Yeah.
My man does all this for me. Let me be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let me
be the best. That I
Yeah,
can
let me
for
be the
him.
wife that he needs to push us in a better position. Women don't understand how much power they have to improve a man's focus, his grind, and everything just
Yeah.
by the simple stuff, appreciating him. Mm-hmm. So I think that as far as like the submission piece, yeah, like I think they go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same way with a man as well, though. Like if your wife is doing around the house, and you know what I'm saying, it could even be financial. But if she doing around the house, or she cooking meals, she getting the kids, all that, blah blah blah. A godly submission to her would be to take care of that woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Appreciation. It's not counting. It's not oh, you did this, so I need to do that. Mm-hmm. It's I see you. Let me,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a let's go all out on these sprints. Let's build each other up. You doing all of that. Let me do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me handle this. I see you.
Yeah.
And then it's all I see you.
Yeah.
This comes back and forth. And I think there's so much love in that.
There is.
Like I remember the other day, I told this in the Bible study group. I was in the backyard cutting the grass, y'all. So I'm cutting the grass. Yeah, you know me, I'm getting my little lawnmower. I'm saying, actually, I got the electric lawnmower, so it's quiet.
I'm so down with you.
So I stop, you know what I'm saying? Take my gloves off. I look behind me, and my wife just sitting there staring at me. You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying, staring at me like I'm a whole meal. You feel me? So I think that's one of those situations where it's like, all right, I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's important. That's how we build and not break down.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Anything else? Okay. We talked about that one. Okay, so let's go to the last topic. All right. Relationship. Ooh, relationship. Relationship fatigue in marriage. And this will be something from the boot camp. So, my wife just recently brought something to me about the Tina Campbell situation, the Mary divorce. So, that's her name, right? Okay, so they were married. They went through some infidelity. They got over it. They renewed their vows, and then after over a decade of rebuilding, they're now divorcing. And the internet is debating whether she should have taken him back in the first place, because he's the one that filed for divorce, right? After years together, relationship fatigue is real. You've been through struggle, seen each other's worst, and the work of marriage can be exhausting. The Tina Campbell situation has people questioning Christian advice. But the real question is, how do you keep loving someone after so many years? So, our journey from struggle to success is a preview of the marriage boot camp, and why I feel like we're the right people to provide this. So, first off, what are your thoughts on the Tina Campbell situation? If you have any quick thoughts on it, how do you feel?
I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, like you said, over a decade, they decide to, get a divorce. It's unfortunate, actually.
Yeah,
What I think they were married. I think 20-some years. They said. I think,
maybe.
and that's those kind of breakups just do something to my heart because 20 years is a long time. It's a long time, and so it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's probably yeah, that's my thought on it. It's very unfortunate.
So, one thing we saw a TikTok where a woman said that based on this situation, Christian women shouldn't be giving advice about marriage. Do you think Christian women should stop giving advice because of this one woman's situation?
No. We're all different. We're all different. We're all Christians, but we're all individually different. So just because you didn't like her advice, or it's kind of like, to me, I think it's rude, to be honest with you. You have a woman that's coming on podcasts and doing interviews that is being vulnerable about her situation, and trying to give you the best advice that she can, and you turn around and laugh at the situation and say, this is why we shouldn't be listening to you, because look at you now, you divorced. That's mean to me, and that's kind of rude, because she didn't have to do it, but you got her out here trying to show you or give you the best advice, because the world gonna tell you to do exactly what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Essentially laughing at her situation and saying, see, this why I ain't getting married, or this why you don't listen to Christian women. Like, the world is gonna teach you to do exactly that.
Yeah.
And so just because her situation was unfortunate, that doesn't mean that every Christian woman's marriage is the same.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, because that happened to her, now just don't listen to Christian women, period. Like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people are always waiting to justify their circumstances
Yeah.
with somebody else's downfall.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle got this quote where he says, when the hero stumbles, cowards rejoice." You know what I'm saying? They can't wait for you to make a mistake to
Yeah.
justify
Yeah.
their own situation,
Yeah.
why I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? And why I'm married, nobody should get married.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it's situation to situation. And so on one side, you got her getting this divorce, but you also got her sister who's about to renew her vows for
Exactly.
25 years. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we can't go for one situation, but that's how it be. That's how it be. They waiting for your downfall. But every time I hit the ground, I bounce up like round ball.
Okay.
All right. How do you keep loving after so many years? How do you continue loving a person you are with after so many years of being together?
Um, being each other's friends. So I feel like in a lot of situations where marriages kind of separate and it, unfortunately it doesn't work out. I think somewhere along the way, they allowed life to take over, right? And I feel like you have to have the mindset of life is always going to life. It doesn't matter if I'm married, it doesn't matter if I'm single, like it's inevitable. Life is going to life.
Yeah.
And to continue that love for one another, for me, one of the biggest things that I appreciate about our marriage is being each other's friend. You are my friend. I can come to you and tell you anything, and it's vice versa. And that is important,
Yeah.
especially doing life.
Absolutely.
Especially doing life. Y'all have to be friends, and this is the most loyal friend. So it's like it's beauty in that too. Like this is the most loyal friend I will ever have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't got nobody else, I got TJ. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? And then I feel like, why don't y'all date each other? I just feel like
Yeah.
life just takes over, and you have you and your significant other have to fight for the relationship in those ways, and the friendship. This friendship is worth me fighting for, and then continue to date. And another thing is you change. We go through seasons and we change, and you have to commit yourself to this new TJ or this new Ty. You know what I'm saying? Like you do go through different seasons where you change. I don't think we're the same people we were 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to date each other. That's what makes dating fun, though.
Absolutely.
Because we in this new season now, and I get to date you. So I think that's how you keep the love going strong. Just like your parents. Like, I think it's cute when your mom be like, he's so cute. Or he'd be like, hey, look at your face. Or your dad to say something about how that's my honey, whatever she want. You know what I'm saying? But you think about how old they are, and it's just like, man, they still have that. You can still see that they friends. You can still see that they connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's how I feel about that.
I feel the same way. I'm going to just drop a scripture in here. Corinthians 13:4 says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, that's when it goes into that verse. So I feel like what that means is not only does that give you the blueprint for how you sustain, but it also gives you so the next scripture, when I was a child, I thought like a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
So the love that we have as adults, like it's easy to love as a child because it's ignorant love. It's puppy love, or it's love at first sight type love. You know what I'm saying? But the mature love is changing the mindset around love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, this love is more about sacrifice. It's more about persistence. You know? So I think we think that childlike love is supposed to always remain. When in reality, when you mature, you find new ways to love a person. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again. There's so many ways. You know what I'm saying? I know I still fantasize about my wife because she so look good to me. You know what I'm saying? I could find a new way that I ain't noticed. Like, dang. And it ain't even just like physical. It's just, it's.
Get y'all boy
I
off
like
this
that.
mic.
You know what I'm saying? She might say something like, I like that. You feel me? I think this is the last question. We'll go ahead and wrap here. What season inspires you most? What season of our relationship inspires you most to keep going? Or what? Let's change it a little bit. What do you think is the season of our relationship that can help other people to be inspired about marriage and love? Or what about our transformation from where we came to where we are now? You think is important?
I think our entire, and maybe one day we can sit down and just dedicate an episode to how Ty and TJ became about. But I think our entire, even including our history, I think that's very important. To me, I think it's very important. Our transformation, though, like if we just think about where we started.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
From the bottom.
So
Yeah, we do need this dedicated episode where we can actually go through.
So anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible with my right hand man. That is my attitude. With God and my right hand man, anything is possible. I've already seen it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same thing. We've seen it go from how we gonna pay this bill, and God changed it in a day.
Yep.
Where we moving to?
Yeah.
It been.
Yeah.
How we gonna get this meal? Okay, I'm gonna be quick because we got to end it here. There was a season where we had just got married where Tiana, we was on like government assistance, and our kids was in daycare.
Yeah.
And I was working this camp, trying to make some money. And Ty was paying the bills at this point. She was working. She had a better job than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had quit my job to get into tech, and they took us off of everything.
Yeah.
They took all of our benefits away. They took everything from us. So we had to pull the kids out of daycare, and I had to quit my second job.
Yeah.
And stay at home with the kids because we had nobody to watch them.
Yeah.
And I'm in the last week of that job, knowing I got to quit, and Ty working, and I get these phone calls from this recruiter, and he like, I'm gonna call you back or whatever. So he called me back, but I didn't answer the phone. And I'm on the phone with Ty one day at the camp, and Ty like, have you heard from the recruiter? I was like, yeah, they called me, but I ain't even called them back yet. And Ty said, call them back. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll call them back.
Yeah.
And I call them back, and that ended up being my first job within technology. And I made more money than I ever made just in the last few years.
That entire story, I think it's like little nuggets.
Yeah.
Like even with, like, remember you was kind of holding on to it, like you was dreading letting them know, like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to come to, like, I gotta, and then it was kind of like, once you finally was like let loose, like let the control go, it was just like everything just started flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of nuggets in that specific situation. Yeah.
And it be like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that just the advice that I would give you is to keep going, keep praying, keep finding ways to love the person you with.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that person yet, have hope in this world because it does exist, and there's a person out there for you that is looking for the same thing you're looking for, and it's equally yoked.
Yep. Yeah.
So, give y'all that. We want y'all to sign up for this boot camp because we're trying to have a conference of married people and single people and people that are looking for love, and so that we may all rejoice together in what God has done for all of us.
Yes.
Let what God bring together, let no man break apart.
Period.
And
What
we
they
out
be
of here.
doing? Am I doing it right? Or is it
I don't know what you're talking about. That's the young
Kid or
cats.
something?
Anyways, all right, we out of here, man. Thank y'all for. Hope y'all got some good information out of this episode, some value, and we love y'all.
Bye.
Peace.